Welcome to Quick Test Professional 9. In this short movie, we will demonstrate some of the new features in the Web Service add-in. A web service is an application that consists of remote XML-driven components written in different languages and connected via the web using a standard remote activation protocol. Web services usually supply a description to ensure that the client uses the data format expected by the server. This description is written in a language known as the Web Services Definition Language, or WSDL. You can use Quick Test Professional to test web services, invoke web service methods, and verify returned XML data using special functionality that has been customized for web services. The Web Service Testing Wizard helps you create a new web service test object and generate steps that test the operations supported by your web service. The Specify WSDL for Scanning screen enables you to select the WSDL source and, if desired, check that it conforms to WSI standards. Let's browse to a URL containing the WSDL we want to test. The Select Service and Operations screen enables you to select the service and operations you want to test. This web service is a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire quiz game. We'll start a new game, supply the answer to a single question, and then add a new question to the game. The Web Service Testing Wizard summary screen provides a summary of the operations you selected. We'll leave the Add XML checkpoint option selected so that the wizard will automatically insert XML checkpoints for every step in the test that has a return value or output argument. For each operation, the wizard generates default argument values with the proper value types. For each checkpoint, the wizard generates a generic XML structure as a placeholder for the expected XML return values. But before we can run our test, we must replace the generated values with the appropriate values for the test. For example, we'll replace guessed answer with A and session ID with 1. For argument values of type XML, the wizard generates an XML structure. Use the Configure the Value button in the Keyword View Value column to open the XML structure and edit the generated values within the structure. For example, we'll add valid values for the first Add New Entry argument. You may want to retrieve values returned in one step for use as input in another step. For example, when calling the Continue Game operation, we need the session ID supplied by the Start New Game operation. The generated checkpoints and outputs may not have the XML structure you want to check, and so the expected values are not generated. The Quick Test Update Run option enables us to populate the XML trees of all web service XML checkpoint and output value steps. As you can see, the XML checkpoint value dialog box now contains the complete XML hierarchy of the Start New Game return value. We'll check that the difficulty level of the first question is 100. You can also enhance your web service test using the built-in web service test object methods. These methods help to test the behavior of your web service or modify the way your web service operations are invoked. For the purpose of this demonstration, we have prepared a sample test in advance. Now the test is ready to run. While the test runs, QuickTest captures all the requests and responses, and this information will be available in the test results when the test run ends. The test run is finished. Let's see what we can learn from the results. In the results of this checkpoint, you'll notice that the checkpoint passed, and you can see a summary of the checkpoint results. In some cases, you may want to create your test manually in the Keyword View or Expert View rather than using the wizard. To do this, use the Web Service Add Object wizard to create a Web Service test object. You can then use the new test object to add steps to your test. Once a Web Service test object exists in the object repository, you can access all operations supported by the Web Service, as well as all QuickTest Web Service test object methods in the Operations column of the Keyword View, in the Expert View IntelliSense, or in the Step Generator. The features demonstrated in this movie highlight some of the functionalities provided by the QuickTest Web Services add-in. You can learn more in the QuickTest Professional Web Services Add-in User's Guide and the Web Services section of the QuickTest Professional Object Model Reference Help.